In a charming little town, there lived a girl named Emily. Emily was a bright and attractive girl with long, flowing brown hair and sparkling blue eyes. She was known for her cheerful personality and infectious laughter. However, there was one thing that Emily struggled with: balancing her schoolwork and helping her parents with the housework. Emily's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, were hardworking individuals who ran a small grocery store. They did everything they could to provide for their family, often working long hours and sacrificing their own needs to ensure Emily had everything she needed. Despite their busy schedules, they always made time for Emily, helping her with her homework and supporting her in her endeavors. However, as Emily grew older, her schoolwork became more demanding, and she found herself constantly overwhelmed. She began to focus solely on her studies, neglecting her responsibilities at home. Her parents tried to explain the importance of balance, but Emily was stubborn and often felt that her homework was more important than helping with the housework. One evening, after a particularly long day at school, Emily came home to find her parents struggling to prepare dinner while also trying to clean the house. They looked exhausted, and Emily could see the strain on their faces. She knew she should offer to help, but instead, she went straight to her room to work on her homework. As the days passed, the tension in the household grew. Emily's parents were disappointed in her lack of help, and Emily felt guilty but didn't know how to change. She began to avoid her parents, spending more and more time in her room, drowning in her schoolwork. One Saturday morning, Emily's mother asked her to help clean the house before she started her homework. Emily sighed and reluctantly agreed. She half-heartedly dusted the living room, thinking about the pile of homework waiting for her. Her mother noticed her lack of enthusiasm and said gently, "Emily, I know your schoolwork is important, but so is helping your family. We need to work together to keep our home running smoothly." Emily nodded but didn't really understand. She was too focused on her own problems to see the bigger picture. She finished the cleaning as quickly as possible and went back to her room, leaving her parents to do the rest. A few weeks later, Emily received her report card. She had done well in most of her subjects, but her grades in a few key areas had slipped. She was devastated and felt like a failure. Her parents, although disappointed, tried to console her. "Grades are important, Emily," her father said, "but so is learning to manage your time and responsibilities. We believe in you and know you can do better." Emily felt a lump in her throat. She realized that her parents' disappointment wasn't just about her grades. It was about her attitude and lack of help around the house. She had been so focused on her own struggles that she had ignored the needs of her family. Determined to make a change, Emily decided to talk to her parents. One evening, she sat them down and said, "Mom, Dad, I'm sorry for not helping around the house and for not listening to you. I realize now how much you do for me, and I want to do better. Can you help me figure out how to balance my schoolwork and housework?" Her parents were taken aback by her sincerity, but were also relieved and happy. "Of course, Emily," her mother said. "We're here to support you. Let's come up with a plan together." They spent the next hour discussing a schedule that would allow Emily to complete her homework while also contributing to the housework. Emily agreed to spend a little time each day helping with chores, and in return, her parents would help her manage her homework load. The first few days were challenging. Emily had to adjust to her new routine, and there were times when she felt overwhelmed. But she kept reminding herself of her promise and the importance of helping her family. She started to see the housework as a way to show her appreciation for her parents' hard work and sacrifices. Slowly but surely, things began to improve. Emily's grades started to rise again, and the tension in the household eased. Her parents were proud of her efforts, and Emily felt a sense of accomplishment she had never experienced before. She was learning to balance her responsibilities and understood the importance of working together as a family. One evening, after a long day at school, Emily came home to find her parents waiting for her with a surprise. They had prepared a special dinner to celebrate her progress and dedication. "We're so proud of you, Emily," her father said. "You've shown us how much you care and how responsible you can be." Tears welled up in Emily's eyes. "Thank you, Mom and Dad. I couldn't have done it without your support and understanding. I realize now how important it is to help each other and be there for one another." From that day on, Emily continued to balance her schoolwork and housework. She found that working together with her parents made everything easier and more enjoyable. She also discovered that her parents were always there to support her, no matter what. Years passed, and Emily grew into a responsible and compassionate young woman. She graduated from high school with honors and went on to attend a prestigious university. She never forgot the lessons she had learned about balance, responsibility, and the importance of family. One summer, while she was home from college, Emily decided to give back to her parents in a special way. She knew how hard they had worked all their lives and wanted to show her gratitude. She planned a surprise trip for her family, something they had never been able to afford. With her savings from part-time jobs and some help from her college scholarship, Emily booked a week-long vacation to a beautiful beach resort. She knew her parents loved the ocean, but had rarely had the opportunity to visit. She wanted to give them a chance to relax and enjoy themselves. When she revealed the surprise, her parents were overwhelmed with emotion. "Emily, you didn't have to do this," her mother said, tears in her eyes. "This is such a generous and thoughtful gift." "You've done so much for me," Emily replied. "I wanted to do something special for you. You've taught me the importance of hard work, responsibility, and family. This is my way of saying thank you." The trip was everything Emily had hoped for. They spent their days lounging on the beach, exploring the local area, and enjoying each other's company. Her parents were able to unwind and relax, and Emily felt immense joy in seeing them so happy. During one of their beach walks, Emily's father turned to her and said, "Emily, we're so proud of the person you've become. You've worked hard and shown great responsibility. But most importantly, you've shown us the importance of love and family. This trip is something we'll never forget." Emily hugged her father tightly. "Thank you, Dad. I couldn't have done it without your guidance and support. I'm grateful for everything you've taught me." As the sun set on their final day at the beach, Emily reflected on her journey. She had come a long way from the girl who neglected her responsibilities and made her parents upset. She had learned valuable life lessons about balance, responsibility, and the importance of helping others. She knew that these lessons would stay with her for the rest of her life. When they returned home, Emily continued to excel in her studies and remained dedicated to helping her family. She stayed close to her parents, always making time to support them in any way she could. She also became a role model for her younger siblings, teaching them the same values she had learned. Years later, after graduating from university, Emily started her own business. She applied the principles of hard work, balance, and responsibility that her parents had instilled in her. Her business thrived, and she became known for her dedication and integrity. Emily never forgot the struggles she had faced and the lessons she had learned along the way. She often shared her story with others, hoping to inspire them to find balance and appreciate the importance of family. One day, she was invited to give a motivational speech at a local high school. As she stood before the students, she thought about her own journey and the impact her parents had on her life. She began her speech with a smile, saying, "Good afternoon, everyone. Today I want to share my story with you. It's a story of challenges, growth, and the importance of family." She spoke about her struggles with schoolwork and housework, her parents' disappointment, and the moment she realized the importance of helping her family. She described how she found balance and learned to appreciate the value of hard work and responsibility. "Remember," she concluded, "success is not just about your achievements. It's also about the support and love of those around you. Take time to help your family, appreciate their sacrifices, and find balance in your life. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve when you work together." The students listened intently, inspired by Emily's story. They saw in her a role model and a source of motivation. After the speech, many of them approached her, thanking her for sharing her journey and asking for advice. As Emily left the school, she felt a sense of fulfillment. She knew that her story had made a difference in the lives of those students, just as her parents' guidance had made a difference in her own life. In the years that followed, Emily continued to share her story and inspire others. She never forgot the lessons she had learned and remained grateful for the support and love of her family. She knew that her journey was far from over and that she had many more opportunities to make a positive impact on the world. Through it all, Emily remained dedicated to the principles of hard work, balance, and responsibility. She understood that true success was not just about personal achievements, but also about the support and love of family and the willingness to help others. And so Emily's story became a testament to the power of perseverance, gratitude, and the importance of family. It was a story that resonated with many, inspiring them to find balance in their lives and appreciate the support of their loved ones.